Good morning, everyone. It's morning for me. It's a rather nice sunny day, but it's extremely windy. We have a storm, and I can't remember what the name of the storm was, Lillian or something like that. But I think it's probably going to blow itself out by the end of today. However, I have something a little bit different to share with you today. And I'm going to show you the website that I came across in order to be able to do what I'm going to do for you today. So here we go. Let's just bring this up. So it's a company called scotlandpaintings.com. And when you go in and have a look at all the different, there's lots of different subjects. I'm actually in the one that is for flowers and flora. And I've actually picked out this particular one, which is the wild thyme on the rocky hillsides of Pentland Hills. When you click on the options, you will find that you can order the print in a frame, you can order it on a canvas, you can order the print only, you can, there's lots of different options here, but the one that I was most interested in was this digital download. And for the digital downloads, it's what they call the paint it yourself. So for £9.99, if I go into paint it yourself pack, it actually tells you everything that you will get. You get a copy of the original, it all comes on a PDF. You get a copy of the original painting, then you get various grid versions and tonal versions, sepia sketches, even a color palette. And this was the bit that really interested me. We'll also remove the copyright so you can sell your version, which I thought was fantastic. And if you wanted to, you can download a sample pack. So I've already done one of these that I've put on my Patreon. Well, to be fair, I'm recording this actual video on the 23rd of August. And it won't be coming out until the 1st of September. And the Patreon one will be coming out on the, I think it's 26th. So let me just go back to flowers and flora, which was where I was in. This painting here, the oyster plant, I have already done that one. I've put it on the front cover. No, not the front cover. I've put it inside a sketchbook, and that's the one I've done on Patreon. And this is the one that I'm going to be doing today. And I'm going to show you in more detail what comes in the PDF. But I think it's a really different, something, slightly different idea. And yeah, I rather like it. So without further ado, let me stop that one. And I'm going to change my view so that we can have a look at the ones that the one that I've done and the one that I'm going to do today. I hope that all makes some sense to you. I will put links down to the scotlandpaintings.com and the one that I've done and the one that I'm going to do today, if any of you are interested in that. So, okay, let's change my camera angle. Okay, back to the desk then. And here we go. So first of all, this was the one that I found originally. To be fair, I found this picture on Pinterest, and it took me to the scotlandpaintings.com website. And I really loved the colours in this one. And when I saw that you could do the paint your own, and that you got this PDF for £9.99, bearing in mind that to me this looks like it's been done in acrylics, and I knew that I was going to be doing it in watercolours. I just wanted to have a go, basically. And sometimes we just get stuck for ideas. Sometimes we want something that is a little bit different that we can play with again and again. I could do this again in lots of different colorways, and I could change it slightly. So you get this picture on the front of your PDF that you download. You also get this lovely color wheel. So I personally, I didn't particularly use the color wheel. I just looked at the colors that I had and tried my best to match them to those colors because I really loved the colorway. You also get this grid with the painting. You get a monochrome black and white, so as you can see where your darks are, which I think is really useful. Here you've got the sketch, and then you've got the sketch in a grid. Then you've got the sepia version. I don't quite know why you'd want a sepia version. I'll have to ask the lovely chap Dan O'Brien, who was the one that emailed me this PDF. Yeah, there we have the plain sketch again. We've got the one with the grid, and I don't know, I'm guessing maybe this is Dan. Maybe when I put this video up and I share it with him, he'll be able to tell me, because he very kindly has said, yes, please do go ahead, share the website, share this idea with other artists on your YouTube channel. So I did actually pay for this one. I didn't get this one for free, but the one that I am doing next, I will own up to the fact that I got that one for free from Dan, and not because I was sharing it on YouTube. Actually, that was offered to me in any case, but I offered to put it on YouTube, and he has agreed that that would be okay. So this one, let me bring in my sketchbook. There you go. Now you can see that it's a completely different size, and hopefully you can see that it is not exactly the same. I actually I did draw a grid just so that I could get some idea of placement, but then I sketched it all out myself and painted this. If any of you are interested, then you can see my whole thinking process and the colors that I chose, etc., on my Patreon channel. So that was that one, which I think turned out really, really well. And I will be doing that again. I might even do it bigger, and not in my sketchbook. But I had a lot of fun doing this particular painting, and I did that in my Light Wish sketchbook. So that was that one. Now let's look at what we're going to be doing today then. So the one that we're going to be doing today is the Wild Thyme on the Rocky Hills of Pentland Hills. And it looks a little bit like a brick wall with a landscape in the background. It almost looks a bit like a jigsaw puzzle to me as well. But yet again, a lot of the time it's the colours that draw me to things, and I was really drawn to these colours. So it did give me the colour palette, and so far I have worked out some paints and some pencils that I might use for this. So I have got a different sketchbook ready. I am going to be using the Elan Arts and Crafts 300 GSM. It's A4, cold pressed, 100% cotton, acid free. So it is watercolour paper. And what I've done is I've marked off the square that I'm going to do this painting in. not the same size again. I will be drawing it. I won't be you know, tracing it or sketching it. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because our art is all about having fun and enjoying it and doing something that's mindful and calming. You know, not all of us are wanting to be professional artists as such. We are just wanting to enjoy our art and you know, a leisure, a hobby, something that you know, is fun for us. So I've drawn out, not drawn out, I've marked out my square with some washi tape, and now I'm going to put the colours that I'm going to be using down the bottom here, that I've kind of half planned out here. So I'm going to be using my Red Clover Meadow handmade paints. Let me get my little, oops, there we go, so that I can see which colours are which. So I've got some water here, and I'm going, oh, here we go. We've got a brush. We've got a Princeton Snap size 6. That will do for the moment. So I've chosen to use Lilac Violet. And let's pop you in there. There we go. There is our Lilac Ultramarine Violet Reddish, which is, I've done those. No, that's magenta. Right, you are next door, so to speak. So there we go. There is our Lilac Violet and Ultramarine Violet Reddish. What else did I pick out? Pear Green. Now we'll have a bit of pear green here. There's our pear green. Earth green. There is our earth green. Pine green. There's my pine green. Purple umber. Pop you here. And midnight blue. You're there. So those are the colours that I'm going to be using in my paints. And then I decided that I would use these Castle Arts 72 Harmonious collection of coloured pencils. So let me just open this up and pull out the colours that I want. So I want Flint. Where is Flint? Number 31. Okay. So, ooh, doing a bit of smudging there, aren't I? Okay, so we've got Flint, which is number 31. I'm just going to pop them to one side for the minute. Brassica, Brassica, where are you? Number 32, nice and easy to find. Tonally just slightly different. Dusty Rose, Dusty Rose, where are you? Ah, number 6. You're up the top here. There's our Dusty Rose. Pine Green. Okay. Where is Pine Green? Number 63. So you're going to be on the bottom row. There we go. Number 63. Mellow Sage. Number 55. There you are. I do like how these are labelled up. And I love the fact that they gave you the colour chart. So that's our Mellow Sage. Right, Wisteria. Wisteria. Okay. We're struggling to find Wisteria at the moment. Can we find Harbour Blue? Oh gosh, there's me saying it's really easy to find, and then I can't find them. Should have put the numbers down as I was doing them, shouldn't I? So Wisteria, Harbour Blue and Beetroot. Okay, well Beetroot is number 70, so we can pop that one down. There's Beetroot. So I just need Wisteria and Harbour Blue. Oh, Harbour Blue, number 40. Where are you then? Here? Somewhere here. 41, 40. Okay. There's our Harbour Blue. Right, come along, Wisteria. Where? Oh, there you are, number 67. Okay, we have now found you. There. Okay, let me just pop those out of the way for the moment. So this is my colour palette, which I will just bring up a little bit closer for you. I really think these harmonious pencils work so well with this colour palette. Right, so let us pop the painting there and do my one there. Right, let's grab a pencil. Let's maybe just, woo, ding, that was my little bell on my desk. Right, sharpen that a little bit. So this time I'm not going to draw a grid. I'm just going to give it my best shot, shall we say. So looking at this brick wall, it's round about a third of the way up. So I'm just going to guess a third and just loosely put that there. And then if we think of this bit here, from the brick wall to here, we can roughly say that's going to be another third. Now, let me just show you where I've already done this one. So that's a sticker, by the way. This is another Lightwish sketchbook. For those of you that don't know, it is 100% cotton, acid free, 300 GSM, and it's cold pressed. I actually put some watercolor ground and then did this, so you can see that I've done like pen and ink on this one, and I think I'm going to do the same again, because if we look at this, we can see that there are almost like drawing lines here. So let me grab a which shall we use? Let's try using a platinum carbon fountain pen this time rather than a fine liner. So let's get this wall in, and we'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've roughly got this line going on here, and this won't turn out the same as the one that I've already done either. Things just don't turn out that way. So we've got that there, and then this divides into 2, and we've got kind of a wibbly bit there, and then here in the middle of here it kind of goes a bit wonky. Right, let's get the rest of this line going across here, which kind of goes a bit dotty and faint, and then we've got a line coming down there, we've got a bit of a line coming down there. Okay, let's get this one in, so we'll carry this one on now, and I'm not bothered that mine's wonky. As you know, not many things bother me. We need a line in there, and then this one is quite big with that one there. Okay, so we've got that in. Now we need to get this these kind of background mountains and fields and things in, so we can pop that like that. We've got one coming across here, that one goes there, that one is another small one like that. Then we've got one that comes across and joins those, so we're going to go across and across, and then we've got what else have we got? Well, we've got these rocks going on, haven't we, underneath, but I've missed one bit in here, so let's try and get this little bit in with this dark patch. Mine's going the other way, but that won't matter. So that is pretty dark. Yeah, then we've got to divide this up. Yeah, this is where I might go slightly different to what they've done. We've got this one that comes across this light pink and going across there, and then we've got these rocky bits, so let's get some rocks in, and they kind of come across, and then from that we've also got this other line that comes down, and then we've got a few more kind of rocky bits that go down to here. Something like that. Okay. And we don't, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm doing it a little bit like this one, but you don't have to. You could do your fields how you wanted. You could make it your own. So to start off with, it's probably not terribly visible, but I'm wondering if you can see this very light grey kind of mountain in the background there. Now I need there it is. Right, you can see this is where I've used some colours before. So I'm just going to take some of the midnight blue and very, very, very pale and get those mountains in at the top there. And then maybe we can have one like that. So that is really, really pale. I'm going to bring that up because I think you can just about see it. Really, really pale. Okay, so then let's go with our piece of field, piece of mountain, whatever we want to call it. And I think I'm going to use my pine green. So let's grab a bit of pine green. But I'm also going to add a little bit of midnight blue in there. Yeah, let's just see how that comes out. That's not too bad. I think that's pretty much a similar colour, although that's now running in there. But that's fine, we've got that. We never panic, do we, folks? And I've just realised that that has another line going across. So rather than risk anything else running into my sky, I'm going to do this darker one here. So I want a lot more of my midnight blue, because I want that to be quite dark, and we'll get this dark one in next. So we might have to move about the page to stop them running into each other too much. There we go, there is our midnight blue. Just move my there. Right, which one shall we do next, so that we're allowing things to dry a little bit? Let's do this very pale pink here. So let's take our lilac violet, and we want that really watered down for this particular one. So let's really water that one down. There we go. There is our very pale pink there. And while we've got our pink out, I think we can do these other two pinks because they won't be touching. So we're going to go a little bit darker for this one. And I'm hoping that my head, although it might pop into view, is not going to cover anything that I'm doing. I've done my best with my camera. I think I need a new setup. Right, and now we need it to be even deeper. So I'm going to add some of the ultramarine violet reddish to it, which is the one next to it, so that we go slightly darker for this one here. I might even go a bit darker actually. Let's just grab it straight from the half pan and get that a bit darker there. So now we've got some contrast going on. What shall we do next? Let's go back to, that's white, that's green. Will that be, it's not too bad, is it? Let's maybe do some of this. No, because that's too close to that. What's going to be dry? This one up here maybe. Let's go with our earth green. And get this one in. There we go. That seems to have gone on all right. As I said, I'm not going to be using exactly the same colours. And we can go back to this colour under here. Which was a bit of a mixture of pine green and midnight blue. Like that. Yep. Now, let's maybe do this darker one under here. Let's go back to my pine green. And add some midnight blue to it. So that it's quite a dark colour. It won't be as dark as the colour that they've used there, but I'm wanting to stick with my colours that I've chosen so that I don't and then a bit of it is lighter, so we'll just let it do its thing there. Right, how are we doing? We need a different green in here, so let's go to our pear green. And let's get this pear green in here. I mean, this is all kind of pastel-y and pale if you look at it. So, right, let's go with a bit more of that dark green in here. It kind of peters out a bit, so we'll just water that down at the end there. Okay, now I think we can maybe paint down here. So down the bottom there is looking fairly dark. And then moving up to something a bit lighter. So perhaps we'll change the colourway a bit and mix pine green and the pear green together and get something a bit lighter up here. And we'll just let that one mingle and merge, I think. So we'll let that one mingle and merge. Right, what shall we do next? We need darker pink in there. Okay, let's go with this darker one then, which was the ultramarine violet reddish. And let's get in here around the rocks. And we will be using our pencils again at some point, so okay. I think I'm just going to do what I want to do now, so I'm not going to be following it completely. I'm just going to add some colours in, mixing some together. Just all the colours that I've already used, really. Just so that they are all slightly different. That's not coming out different enough. There we go. That's that one. Right. I think I want to get this pear green in, but a lot darker. So let's get you in there. And maybe I'm having to move this round a bit to try and keep my head out. Let's pop you in there. Right, now let's get a kind of a pale blue going on that we can maybe pop in there. Yep. And maybe that could be over here. Like so. As you can see, definitely not the same as the picture there, but that's all fine. It's all okay. So let's get another colour in here. I'm just mixing my greens and my blues and just coming up with different colours basically. Okay, how are we doing? Maybe we'll get a bit more of that very pale pink in. Water that down, and that can go in there. Right, we need a colour in there. Which colour do we put in there? Earth green. Now then, we also need to do something with our rocks, and I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this fountain pen to make sure that I get a nice dark. And I might just water that down while it's still available to water down. So if I take just a damp brush, yep, but you do need to be careful with it. And we can get these rocks in. Like that. Okay. Right, so we have all of the paintwork done. We now need to blow dry that, so I will pause and come back. There we go, that is that dried. So now I want to use these pencils, so I'm going to move my paint out of view for a moment. Put the lid back on my pen. Here we go then. So we've got some pencils here, and what I want to do is do a little bit of you know, mark making, if you like. I'm going to start with this mellow sage, and I think I'm just going to get the idea of some grasses coming up just above these rocks, just to break that up a little bit. So all I've done is pop the idea of some grasses in there. I'm then going to take, this is the Dusty Rose, yep, that's this one, and I just want to get maybe some, I'm using the pencil on its side just to get some texture in there. So we've got a little bit of texture going on in there. I think let's take the, where is it? Harbour Blue, and I think we'll just darken that up a bit. so that we've got some more darks in there, and I think that that helps. And maybe we'll even add that to this one here, so that we've got a little something going on. Don't know whether to bring my camera in now that I'm doing more detail. I wonder if I can just move it down rather than go to my camera hub. Let's see, can we do that? Yes, maybe we can. Let's just pull you forward and down a bit. Okay, I'm hoping that you can now see that a little bit better. Right, so now let's take this other green, which was well, I'll hold on to both, Mellow Sage and Pine Green, and I think that maybe we need a bit of something going on in some of these, so we'll just pop some little marks that are going on in that field there, and I think we'll have something going on in here maybe. So as we're just getting some mark making, let's go back to our pinks and purples. This is my darkest. No, that's not what I want. Brassica. Nope. Is it this one then? Nope. Which one do I want? I want this one. Ah, there you are. Okay. So let's also have some, maybe some lines going up on this one. So that there's something going on there. And we also need to darken this a bit down here, because this is where we've got our vegetation going on, plant life. So I think we will just darken that a bit there. Right, let's pop. Let me just move this over. So we've got a few little plants here, and we've got a few little plants here. So let's start popping some of those in. So these go, yeah, right up to here really. And we don't want them to look too perfect, do we? And we could also maybe do some that are this lighter colour, especially we've got some kind of grassy bits going on down here, like that. And then we need some leaves on these, which I'm just doing little ovals. And then I'll do some with this other green. We've just got those little little plants coming up on that side, and then we need to do some on this side. So going back to my darker green first, and where are we going up to? We're going up to here, right? Okay, so we can have some that are taller. And we'll have some in the other green. And then we'll get our leaves in again. So I'm just doing little oval shapes for leaves, basically. And then we'll move on to some darker ones. I just feel that this is such a sweet little picture. And the colours drew me in. So, and I just think you could play with this. You could play with this one painting and change the colours and change the plants that you're using. And then we'll just have some that are just leafy, grassy, somethings. Okay, I'll bring that up a bit closer so that you can see what I've done. And I'm leaving that one because that one just looks quite effective as it is. So, do we want to do any more? Or do we feel that actually, although we haven't used exactly the same colours, we have followed the concept? And yeah, I'm quite happy with that, actually. Let me take my masking tape off. Well, it's not really masking tape, it's washi tape. Oh, come on. Right, I'm going to lose that one now. And I think I might have to pull up. Whoa, knocking the camera completely. We might need to pull up a little bit so that we can see, get it all in shot. There we go. But I think, didn't those harmonious pencils work really well with this particular colour palette? And yes, I thoroughly enjoyed doing that, you see. And I would use that again and again. It doesn't look the same as the one, let's move those pencils. This is the one I did before as a front cover to the one that I did now. I think maybe I prefer this one to this one. But I really like that concept. I think it's great fun. And yeah, it just holds your attention. You're just mixing a few colours and adding a few textures, but there's nothing there that is difficult to draw. So I think that makes it something that most people will be able to access and have a go at. I hope you've enjoyed that. I want to say thank you yet again to Dan from scotlandpaintings.com for letting me have this lovely PDF, the Paint Yourself Wild Thyme on the Rocky Hills of Pentland Hills. Thank you ever so much for letting me have that, and yeah, I will definitely be doing more. And I like the idea that I can change it up, switch it about, and really play with it. And even, you know, just the colour palettes to me are really inspiring. So maybe go and have a little look for yourselves, and yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay calm. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.